It's crazy how many people are still chasing the software engineering degree these days. Sometimes I wonder if it's even worth it, or if experience and self-learning are the way to go. Yeah, the degree debate never really goes away. I've seen a lot of people who swear by it, and others who just skip it entirely. But hey, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I spent 4 years getting the degree, and now that I'm out of school, I wonder if all the theory I learned really matters in the long run. I mean, it's not like we spend our days talking about algorithmic complexity or data structures. It's funny you say that. I remember thinking the same thing after I got my degree. But the thing is, a lot of the theory does come into play, even if you don't always realize it. It's not about memorizing algorithms. It's about understanding how to solve problems. That degree teaches you how to think. I get that. But there's so much emphasis on formal education, and then you get into the real world, and it feels like most companies just want you to know a specific language or framework. Shouldn't it be more about the skills you have, not the degree? I hear you. A lot of companies nowadays focus heavily on skills and practical knowledge, and that's valid. But think about it this way. When you go through the academic path, you're also learning how to break down complex problems, how to think algorithmically, and even how to write clean, maintainable code. Yeah, but I've been learning most of that stuff on my own anyway. I started out just tinkering with projects in my free time and doing tutorials online. That's awesome, and I'm all for self-learning. It's a big part of what makes a great software engineer, being curious and taking initiative. But there's something about the degree that forces you into a structured environment where you're pushed to tackle problems from different angles. Plus, you get access to professors, industry connections, and internships that you might not get otherwise. But you could also find those connections and experiences without a degree, right? Look at all the boot camps popping up. They're much shorter and focused directly on coding skills. True. Boot camps are a good option for some people, especially those who want to dive straight into development. But the degree does give you a broader foundation. You might not use every single concept, but it's that broader perspective that can help you when you're working on bigger projects or collaborating with teams. Plus, a degree can be a foot in the door for some companies. So, you're saying that even though I might feel like the degree isn't helping me now, it could pay off down the road? Exactly. It's not just about what you know right now, it's about building a foundation for the future. You might not need a deep understanding of compilers in your first job, but you will probably be solving problems where that deeper knowledge comes in handy. It's like building a toolkit. Sure, you might not use every tool all the time, but when you need it, you'll be glad it's there. I get that. But do you think I'm at a disadvantage by taking the traditional route? What if I could have just jumped straight into coding and gained the same experience? It's possible, but there's a lot of nuance here. The software engineering degree isn't just about coding. It's about understanding the why behind what you're doing. Why is a certain approach better than another? Why does your code run faster with this algorithm? The degree doesn't just teach you what to do, it teaches you how to reason about your decisions and how to adapt to different problems. Okay, that actually makes sense. But what about the people who just get hired based on their portfolio or work experience? How do they fit into all this? There's definitely a space for people who prove themselves with a solid portfolio and real-world projects. I've seen plenty of self-taught devs who are incredibly skilled, but it's also about consistency. You've got to demonstrate that you're capable of solving problems, working in teams, and continuing to learn. And sometimes, that's harder to do if you haven't gone through formal education that pushes you to try things outside your comfort zone. So, you're saying it's not really about the degree itself, but more about the process of getting it? Exactly. It's the process that helps shape you into a well-rounded engineer. The degree's a great starting point, but it's your passion, drive, and willingness to keep learning that will really take you far. Yeah, I guess I never looked at it that way. Maybe the degree is just one piece of the puzzle. It definitely is. The best engineers I know have a mix of formal education, practical experience, and a lot of curiosity. So, whether you're learning on your own or through school, the key is to stay curious and never stop improving. I like that. Guess it's time to put down the coffee and get back to learning, huh? Exactly. Let's keep building those toolkits.